I don't know about you, but for me personally, I would rather be optimal. I would rather take less time doing something, but maximize my results, than take longer to do something just for the pride of saying, here, look how long this took me. And today, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm going to be giving you. I'm going to be giving you what I personally feel is the most optimal way to manifest your specific person while incorporating self-concept work. What I'm going to be talking about in this video is things that I've taken from all over the place and incorporated into my own journey when manifesting specific people, and what I feel to be the best way to do so to shorten that time span but maximize that result. By the end of this video, you are going to be confident on your trajectory forward, knowing you're going to become the best version of yourself and get the best version of your specific person because you listened here today. But before we get into all of that, to those of you who are new here, howdy, my name is Matthew and I am a manifestation coach. I have helped many people move past the things stopping them from getting their desires, and furthermore helped many people get their actual desire also. So if you are looking for help from me, by all means check down below in the comment section or the description. There you will see the links to my website where you can see my coaching solutions. If you're not looking for one-to-one coaching but you would like some additional help from me, down below in the description there is also a link to my monthly membership. It's only £6 per month, and with it you can get tons of extra videos that you can't find on YouTube, free worksheets, free planners, free routines, and I'll be constantly adding more as I go forward. So by all means check that out. If you could drop me a like and a comment on this video just to let me know you like this kind of content going forward, and when you subscribe to the channel, be sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. I look forward to seeing all your lovely comments, those of you who join the membership and those of you who come to me for coaching. Now into this important video. Before we get into the gold that is this video, I have two quick things that I want to say. The first one, I do apologize if the audio isn't like usual. I have quite a bad chesty cough and a really sore throat right now, so I'm very much forcing the sounds out to make this video for you. But of course, as always, I want to show up for you guys and help you on your journey as best I can, and mama didn't raise no bitch. So I'm here today despite all that. So hopefully the subtitles will make up for it, as well as in editing I will raise the volume of the video, and hopefully that will make up for it. If it really is bad and you guys are saying, look, the video just did not sound good, we don't like it, I'll take it down, re-record and re-upload, but hopefully it won't come to that. The second thing, as you may have noticed, I have a different background right now to usual. The reason being, the Saturday that has just gone, Katie and I moved house. Now, I kept it very quiet leading up to it, very few people knew, because I'm very much a show the results as opposed to show the journey kind of guy. I would rather stay in silence while working on things, for the most part. Obviously there are some things I'll talk about, but for the most part I would rather stay in silence, working on something, and then show the results, as opposed to blabbing about the journey and say, hey, look what I'm doing. So we moved house, and it was a conscious manifestation from both Katie and I. The house is pretty much perfect for what we could want right now. But within that conscious manifestation, there were some shut up Katie and live in the end, and shut up Matthew and live in the end, because there were some reactions on either side of it, some doubts, some worries, some fears, some excitements. There was a whole journey on both sides of it. And because of that, if you guys are interested, we will do a how we manifested our house video for you, because we both have different ways of manifesting, so you guys could learn from that. And we both had our own ways of dealing with the 3D when it was kind of showing its ugly face, and you guys could learn from that. So if you're interested in hearing about our journey manifesting this house, please let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll make it happen. With those 2 points out of the way, let's actually get into this video now. Now, I know that there are going to be a fair few of you right now thinking, please just say work on specific person. Please just say work on specific person. And the reason why I know this is because at one point in time, I was manifesting my own specific person also for the first time ever. And I can assure you back then, I didn't want someone telling me to work on myself. I didn't want someone saying that it would be better to manifest a specific person by focusing on you instead of them and things like that. And I won't lie to you, like hands up in the air right now, if someone ever said work on you, I'd click off the video and I would go and find one where they said, just affirm for your person, just do this for your person. Because back then I was thinking, if I want a specific person, surely I've got to focus on that specific person. If I'm focusing on me, I'm not focusing on them, therefore I'm not going to get them. That was a completely incorrect idea that I had in my mind right at that time. And I know that there are going to be a fair few of you here right now that are probably thinking the same thing. But I can assure you, in short answers, the best way to manifest your specific person is to work on your self-concept as well as your specific person. Now, the reason why I say that is because manifestation, or conscious manifestation, is the idea of thinking, feeling, and acting from the end result of having your desire. Now, if you have a specific person that you want, of course, you're going to have to be specific. If you absolutely want Deborah from The Office, you're going to have to envision yourself being with Deborah from The Office. Now, another thing that I do want to preface is, yes, you 100% can just affirm for your specific person and get your specific person. There is nothing to say that you can't do that, because your subconscious mind, when being fed a certain story enough, will take that information and push it out. If you're thinking, feeling, and acting from the end result of having Deborah from The Office, your subconscious mind will eventually have no choice but to push that out for you. Now, the reason why I say specific self-concept and specific person is because, if you'll recall from the beginning of the video, I said that I want to be optimal and effective. I want you getting your person in the fastest way possible while enjoying the journey, finding yourself during that journey, and actually getting the results that you want without having anything kind of popping up in the way or making it difficult for you. Now, to do that, that's where I think the self-concept work comes in. Now, to explain that, as many of you are aware, a big chunk of the manifestation community are manifesting X's back. Now, as someone who has worked with hundreds of people, I can assure you probably about 95 to 97% of those people are coming to me with insecurities, doubts, fears, hurts, can't let go of the old story, wondering what they ever did to make this happen. It was a very small percentage of people that came to me saying, I actually feel amazing manifesting my ex back. I just want to double check that I'm on the right path. Now, because obviously I want to go for the majority, because I want to help the majority here, because there is a lot of insecurities, doubts, fears, hurts, all that kind of stuff, that stuff, more than likely, in order for you to have an enjoyable journey and an effective journey, will need to be worked on. Will need to help you find yourself again, trust yourself again, feel good enough within yourself again. And to do that, self-concept work. So, like I said, 100% you can have your person by just focusing on your person. But I can assure you that you can have your person better. You can enjoy that journey better. You can become a better version of yourself all at the same time while working on your self-concept more, then incorporating your specific person in, kind of in between the cracks of working on your self-concept. So that's what we're going to be working on here today. And in my honest opinion, and Kim Velez was the first one that I saw that brought this ratio to the manifestation community. However, originally it did come from Pareto. It's a Pareto's law. I can't remember his first name, so I'm going to put it up here on the video somewhere. The 80-20 principle. Now, the 80-20 principle, which I'm not going to go into hugely on this video just to save time, but I probably will make it this week's members only video, is the principle that 80% of the results come from 20% of the efforts put in. Now, that is a very good rule of thumb to account for anything. 80% of the world's wealth is owned by 20% of the population. 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of the things that you do. Things like that. The 80-20 principle is an extremely valid and useful principle for anything. So I recommend you looking it up or signing up to this week's members only video so that you can see what I talk about. The 80-20 principle, in this, we're going to slightly reshuffle. And like I said, originally I heard it from Kim Velez, and I had heard the principle from Pareto before, or not from Pareto, but, you know, I'd heard the Pareto's principle beforehand. But when she mentioned it in the manifestation, it clicked on my head. I was like, that's amazing. 80% of your focus when manifesting your specific person, I recommend being on self-concept. 20% of that time being on specific person. Now, the reason being, if you can become the best version of yourself, if you can shift your internal state to be like, of course they're going to want me back. I'm amazing. Of course I could have anyone I want. I'm amazing. Insecurities. What? I haven't got insecurities. I've worked on them all. Doubts. I ain't got no doubts. Why wouldn't they want me? If you can get to that kind of position, it's going to be plethora amount of whatever a plethora amount would be easier for you to then reside in the end result of, I'm in this relationship, we're in consistent loving communication, we're all these amazing things. Because you have this strong foundation of, why wouldn't they want to be with me? Look how amazing I am, which the we're in this relationship can hop on top of. Now, on the flip side of that, just focusing on your specific person can make it happen. But if we're being honest, and I want you to be honest with me here, or at least on your side of things, sitting there affirming to yourself, I'm in a relationship with them, I'm in a relationship with them, they love me, they're obsessed with me, all of these kinds of things, while on the other side of it, you're constantly sitting there like, but I don't feel good enough, they didn't want me because of this, they didn't want me because of that, what if it doesn't work, what if it doesn't this? It's going to be a very difficult journey for you. It's going to be frustrating, you're going to get doubtful, burnt out, all of these shitty things, because you're trying to affirm an amazing building before you've actually built good foundations for that building. Absolutely possible, but slight gust of wind, that building topples over. So by building up a strong foundation for your self-concept work, building up that, of course they want me, look at me, I'm the shit, like I've got all of these things going for me, I know my worth, I'm not going to settle for less. Adding specific person work on top of that will make it much, much easier for you. So that is why I recommend the 80-20 principle, which like I said, I got from Kim Velez, but the 80-20 principle originally comes from Pareto, which I will go into in the members only video this week. So if you're wondering where all that came from, that's where it came from. Now, self-concept work in and of itself, what should we do here? How can we actually build that foundation? Well, the first thing I recommend you do for yourself to work on self-concept work is to ask yourself, why not me? Why couldn't I have this? What is it about me? What do I see within myself that is stopping me from getting this? Now, of course, you can go on YouTube and find all of the generic, you know, I'm magnetic, I'm irresistible, I'm this, I'm that kind of affirmations. And they'll probably make you feel good for a little while. But the thing is if they're not addressing your internal deficiency, so to speak, if they're not addressing the things that you genuinely feel like are stopping you from getting forward, you're going to be like holding an elastic band open. Eventually, you're going to have to let it go, and it's just going to ping right back to its original size. In this instance, you're going to go right back to that old way of thinking. So what I recommend is actually looking deeper on it. And I do have worksheets on my website or on the membership, depending on where you want to go for it, that will help you deeper with this. But the first thing that I recommend, why not me? Sit there with a pen and paper and say, why couldn't I have it? Is it because I'm not pretty enough? Is it because I'm not jacked enough? Is it because I don't earn enough money? Is it because I have a belief that if I, don't do everything for them, that I'm not good enough? What's your reason? Why have you got self-concept issues? Sit and write it down. And next to it, understand a news story that you want to tell yourself. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. One of my favorite affirmations, and I've given this to a lot of clients, and even though it's the same kind of affirmation, it does seem to work amazingly for people, no matter their background, no matter their problems, because it very much just tackles the root cause that we all end up picking up during a breakup. And that is the idea that you're just not good enough. So the affirmation that I recommend, and like I said, I do give this to a lot of my clients, and it gets tons of amazing feedback, is an affirmation of, I always have been, and I always will be, more than good enough exactly as I am to be in a loving, passionate, committed relationship with insert person or with the men or women I desire, depending on if you want to go specific or general. Now this affirmation is amazing because I always have been revises the past. I always will be, give some reassurance for the future. More than good enough exactly as I am just gives you that self-concept boost to say, I haven't got to be prettier. I haven't got to be more jacked. I haven't got to be richer. I can just be authentically me. I can be authentically Matthew, authentically Sarah, authentically Braden. I don't know if anyone's actually ever called Braden anymore, but you know what I mean? I can be authentically that person and still get what I want. And then to be in a loving relationship with the men or women I desire or a specific person just covers your end result. It just covers what it is that you want to experience. That affirmation in and of itself is amazing for building up your self-concept, and I recommend you take that one on. But get that pen and paper, sit and ask yourself, why not me? Why couldn't I have this? What's my view on love and relationships? What's my view from the other person's perspective? What are they thinking about me? Or what do I think that they're thinking about me? Once you understand this, then you can then go and sort of start changing that story, create new affirmations, new visualizations that, detail the opposite or what you want to experience, and boom, bit by bit by bit, you'll be chipping away at that old version of yourself and creating a new one. One in which you can sit there, lean back in your creaky chair like mine, and go, you can come to me. I'm the king or queen of my reality. And they'll start coming. Because you now view yourself that way. And what's manifestation? You get more of what you are, not what you want. This is why we want to claim that story that we are in this relationship and things like that. Now, if you are the absolute bomb, if you are the king or queen of your reality, what's your subconscious mind going to push out for you? More and more and more of you receiving king or queen treatment. What does that look like? Your specific person coming back. Your specific person being head over heels for you and all that kind of stuff. But then on the flip side of that, to just detail that we want the actual outcome, just to detail that we get the actual outcome that we want, that's where that specific person work comes in. And for this, I recommend you sit there and get clear on how you want yourself to feel in this relationship, how you want your person to think and feel and act in this relationship, and how you want this relationship to be. Now, the reason why I say this, obviously, we all want to feel loved and secure and all this kind of stuff. So you want to detail the relationship. I'm in the most loving, passionate, committed relationship. I'm in the most joyful and fulfilling relationship. I am in the most romantic and sexual relationship. Whatever you want, detail that relationship to yourself. Then, on the flip side of that, I want you to start changing the way that you think your specific person thinks. One thing that so many people come to me with is they do amazing self-concept work. They do amazing relationship work. But the one thing that they seem to forget is to stop seeing their person as the old version. So many people will be like, other people reflect my self-concept. I'm dwelling in the end result of being in a relationship, but he's just too stubborn to come back to me. And I'm like, you absolute donut. If your assumptions play out, if the stories that you internalize play out, and you're saying he's too stubborn to come back, you're experiencing a stubborn version of him who's not coming back. So change the way that you think of them. Change the way that you think and feel about the situation to be head over heels with it. Absolutely adore it. There isn't a mountain on earth that they wouldn't move to come back to you or to be with you. Change how you see them. And of course, change how you want the relationship to be. Loving, passionate, fun, joyful. They show you off. Their parents love you. You have a relationship that make others envious. Things like that. And this, my good friends, will create the most amazing relationship. Many people in my live streams come to me and say that Katie and I are a power couple. And I can assure you, there was a time in history where people would have said that we should break up. Mostly because of me, because I was an asshole, and I can admit that now. But our relationship at the beginning was very rocky, a lot of problems, a lot of arguing, a lot of you did this, you did that kind of bullshit. And if we can get to that, from that to being what people would see as a power couple, you can do the same also. And I can assure you, there's not some hidden technique that I'm keeping quiet just so I can keep it to my maniacal self. It's what I'm talking about in this video. Understand where you're lacking internally. Build that up. Spend more time working on that than specific person. Then, on the flip side of that, when you do work on your specific person, create the most amazing things. Create that amazing relationship. Create internally how you want it to be. Create a new version of them that benefits you and that your relationship benefits them. And these two things combined will create the best outcome. Yes, you can do just specific person work, but if you do just specific person work while your insecurities are sat on the side waiting to flare up again, you're building a building on a bad foundation. But if you can build that good foundation by working on yourself and getting yourself to a point where you can sit back in your creaky chair and say, bring it to me because I'm the king or queen of my reality, you will get your good stuff brought to you. I can assure you that. And then you'll be building a building on top of that by being specific with what you want and getting the specific outcome. Now, I know the idea of 80-20 may be a bit confusing, like how do I monitor it? Just do what you can. Obviously, you're not going to be 100% 80 one day on specific concept and 20% on a specific person every single day. No one's going to know exactly how much they're doing it. But if you feel like you're putting more focus on your specific person than on you, you know you're not on an 80-20 and try and rein it in a little bit. The more you build yourself up, the more you will begin to realize that it's actually the best way forward, and I can promise you, you're going to enjoy it. Now, I do have a routine that is available completely for free for members, which kind of will give you a little bit of an idea of when to do stuff during the day that will keep you within a reasonable realm of 80-20. It kind of varies between sort of 60-40 to 80-20, anywhere between there, depending on how you follow the routine. but that's completely for free for anyone that is a member. So if you want that routine, I recommend signing up for the membership and gaining access to that. But yeah, honestly, that's what I would recommend. So for the video title, self-concept work or specific person, both. You want the best version of yourself and you want to be specific with what you want so it will come to you. So work on mostly your self-concept while sprinkling in your specific person, and you will get the outcome that you want. Because remember, your subconscious mind gives you what you are, not what you want. So if you're dwelling in the end result of you being worth everything and everyone is conforming to your every possible will, that could reflect in your specific person also. So you haven't got to just focus on a specific person to get them if you don't want to. So many people have pointed out in comment sections and, success stories that once they started working on themselves, their person came back. So this is proof that you can work on yourself and still get what you want. So just on a few final notes, I just want to give you some affirmations that I think are amazing for this kind of stuff so that you could work on it. So self-concept work. Always have been and always will be more than good enough exactly as I am to have a loving, passionate, committed relationship with person or with the men or women I desire. Another one, I always have been and I always will be safe and secure within myself to accomplish and achieve anything I desire. And the third and final one, I accept the best and only the best, and as a result, I receive the best and only the best. And of a specific person, I am in the most loving, passionate, and committed relationship with specific person. I feel safe and secure in my relationship with specific person, and I accept the best and only the best, and specific person shows up for me in the best and only the best. Those are some amazing affirmations to get you going. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video and taken on some good stuff from it. And I really hope I don't have to record this one again, because this is a very long video and I will probably not make it as good the second time as the first time. Because when you do something amazing the first time and you try to replicate it, it's bollocks. So thank you all so much for showing up today. I really hope you have a good, very much rest of your day, and I will catch you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.